right, everybody. Welcome back to the Dane and Wayne Show.
Good evening, everybody. It is, Happy New Year, Wayne?
Happy New Year.
Episode number 15.
Yep.
Nice. How are we feeling this evening? What's on the platter?
Feeling good.
What do you want to talk about?
We just watched, Georgia lose to Notre Dame. That was fun.
Yeah, Georgia.
So all four teams who had byes lost.
That is true.
So
that is true.
They were all talking about how those teams had advantages because they didn't have to
rest
play.
And
and they rested, and no, didn't happen. So Penn State plays Notre Dame next Thursday, and Texas plays Ohio State. Four pretty big programs. It's probably what they wanted.
That is what they wanted. Yeah. That's exactly what they wanted. Yeah. But I don't know. Who do you see coming out of that? Do you want to start with the college football playoff?
Obviously hoping that Penn State can man up and play well.
Penn State?
Yes.
Win a title?
Well, Franklin's going to do something stupid to screw it up.
I was going to say, Penn State win a title. Let me stop with the hate. Let me calm down.
It would be pretty funny if they won, like the first time that they led 12 teams in. Penn State wins. But they finally have a decent quarterback. They got a playmaker.
And number 44, I can't think of that kid's name. The tight end.
Yeah, just tight end 44.
He's a monster.
Dallas Clark Jr. That's what we'll call him.
Get out of here.
But yeah, no, we don't have to talk too much about college football playoff. Just wanted to start it off because the game just ended.
It did just end, and it was a quality game. Quality, I'd say. Sports weekend, college football, NFL, NBA, kind of all sprinkled in around New Year's Eve and New Year's Day.
Yeah.
So you kind of got a little bit of everything.
Right. Got the Birds. Birds took care of business against Dallas.
Birds put a whooping on Dallas.
Yeah, they did.
Birds put a first-class whooping on Dallas.
What was the score? 41-7?
41-7.
Okay.
And it started early.
Yeah.
It started early with that pick six.
Pick six, yes. What did Micah say afterwards? It just was like five plays.
It was 5 plays, and you take away the scoreboard.
So 41 minus 5 plays equals 7 then?
I mean.
That's what he's saying? Okay. That's what they teach him at Penn State. So
you
not much.
You told me Penn State athletes don't go to class.
They don't.
Did Saquon go to class?
Saquon's different.
All right, yeah.
Saquon's different than anybody.
Yeah, no, you're right.
He probably did. I don't know. I have to
Micah.
check with my Penn State friends. But yeah, Micah, I don't know. He took that year off, that COVID year.
Yes.
He took off. He didn't play. He might have gone to class. Who knows?
No.
Probably not.
He said some interesting things. Like you said, minus the scoreboard, 5 plays. If you take away this or that, we're right in the game. Yeah, we're not.
Okay, sure.
Eagles lock up the
take away like 5 or 6 games. Maybe they're in the playoffs. I mean.
And a quarterback.
Yeah.
Minus the injuries. If you do all of that, it's Micah math.
Yeah. All right.
So,
Hey, whatever. I love the fan chirping Jerry Jones. He's
in
doing
the box.
A great job.
That was a couple friends sent me that.
Yes.
A couple friends sent me that. That was perfect. Telling them, well, you're talking about the sideline or up in the box?
The sideline
or both?
where he's like, well, both, but yeah, the sideline where he's like, Jerry, you're doing a great job. Keep it up.
You're not.
Yeah, but then when all the fans can turn around and just give you the business,
you're not doing a good job. But hey,
Jerry's
world, man. It's Jerry's world.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, you went into the game. Frustrated by the Washington loss.
Yes.
And then they won. They clinched. They got this 2 seed. And then the Vikings, they won. And it really didn't matter after that because they were going to get the 2 seed no matter what. But had they beaten Washington, then Washington would be in line for the 7 seed.
And they would be set up to go after that 1 seed still.
Would that
be the case or
no? Because the Vikings.
Okay.
Because the Vikings beat Green Bay,
and
that was all over.
I got you. Okay.
It was more Washington, letting Washington get now into the 6th seed. They're in the driver's seat for the 6th seed. So now you got to play Green Bay.
I was going to say, now you're going to – okay. Yeah. I got you. Are you
Not
more
worried.
Concerned about Green Bay?
No, it's just a tougher opponent or two, like earlier.
Yeah.
You don't want to be scared of anybody because you're going to have to play tougher opponents.
You are.
But them being, 4th in DVOA is like – that's one of the best 7 seeds you'll ever see.
Nah, so, Green Bay, Jordan Love is a problem. The running back's a problem. The wide receivers are pretty nice. Mm-hmm. The defensive backfield is nice. Their defensive rush. You know, Green Bay's got a solid team, but we got a solid team.
We got a great team. So, I'm not worried necessarily. No. It's just you're playing one of the all-time best 7 seeds. It's a bad draw. What can you do about it? You play the teams in front of you and see. Hopefully they'll take care of business.
You get a W, come out with a win.
Maybe, they'll play obviously the second round at home if they win. They'll play whatever the top seed is left.
Okay.
After that, you don't know who that's going to be.
So
we still don't know who the 1 seed's going to be. It's between
Minnesota and Detroit, which is the Sunday night game. So that's the last game of the weekend.
Right, but those guys, they're beatable. They're beatable by any of the teams in the playoffs.
No, I agree. I agree.
You could see, if Tampa wins.
I hear people on radio stations here talk about Tampa, and is it the Todd Bowles effect with Jalen Hurts? But you made a point to me. You were like, "Yo, they don't play Tampa bad here. They play bad against Tampa in Tampa.
They just don't play well in Tampa for some reason. Jalen specifically, he's had some really bad games there.
Yeah,
but that's true. Yeah, I could see them winning. The NFC West is the Rams. I think they're in 3rd right now.
I think that sounds.
So if the Rams and Bucks win, I think the Rams would come to Philly and the Bucks would go to Detroit or Minnesota.
Oh, okay.
I could have that backwards, but those are the 2 other division leaders.
So could they see Washington at all, or what would have to happen for them to see Washington? Or you would
would have to be in the NFC
Championship game?
Because
I got you.
Obviously the Eagles would win, and then if Washington won, they'd be the lowest seed left because the Eagles have beaten the 7th seed.
I got you.
So Washington would go to Minnesota or Detroit, and
they're not coming out.
They're not coming
out of Detroit, and they wouldn't come out of Minnesota. But Daniels. I got to give you your props. I mean, you said this, and you've compared the 2 NFC East quarterbacks. Would you take Jaden Daniels or Jalen Hurts? I'm like, there's a lot of love for Jaden Daniels.
I had a lot of love before he beat the Eagles.
You did.
I was not so happy when that happened, and I'm frustrated by how he's winning. It's not like he's just pinpoint darting around the field.
No, he's shifty.
He gets out of the pocket somehow. It's like, I think I brought this up to you a couple days ago. The 2004 NFC Championship game against Michael Vick. They had that famous mush rush, they called it.
And they kept
so you just keep Vick in the pocket.
They kept Vick bottled in.
That was the main thing. Hollis Thomas, he was the guy gumming up the middle. But yeah, that's what they did, and they kept it.
Can you contain Jaden Daniels like that way, though?
Michael Vick was the best running quarterback
ever. One of the best. Yeah, no, you're not lying. That's a fact.
In his prime.
That's a fact. That's prime Mike Vick.
That's prime Mike Vick. Yeah, absolutely.
So you're right.
It was just, I was watching the game against Atlanta, and they would just over rush, or they would switch lanes. They wouldn't stay in their lanes.
No,
that's what happened against Washington with the Eagles. That 4th and 11 play. Milton Williams is in the middle, and if he stays in his lane, then they contain him, and he doesn't get that 4th down, and they might win the game.
Right.
But he tries to do some swim move or spin move or something.
He was watching film.
And then Jaden takes off right where Milton Williams would have been.
You're like, you should have been right here.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, God, I hate that.
And I don't like the spy, because then that takes somebody from an assignment they could have down the field.
Right.
That's when the offense almost wins more, when you have a spy that's not going to be as athletic. Like, you can't use normal linebackers to be spies.
No.
Because they're not going to catch up.
No, absolutely not.
So I much prefer the mush rush and just staying in your lanes. You're not going to get, obviously, the big plays, the sacks, the losses.
You'll contain them, though.
And you don't let them.
You won't have them break that 30-yard, 20-yard run that's going to break your back.
He had 130 yards against Atlanta.
Yeah.
That was the only reason they lost. I mean, besides the timeout situation. With
call timeout. Just call timeout.
I was doing this the whole time.
Just call timeout.
Timeout. Oh man.
Yeah, or they should have hit Ask Madden. Hit the Ask Madden button.
Oh, yeah.
It'll say call timeout. That's what the coaches got to have in the helmets, yo. I'm telling you.
They do. They all should. They should have somebody who's...
Push this button and it'll tell you what to do, coach. But does the analytics chart do that, though? Or
it's not an analytics chart. It's somebody who knows the game management.
That's sitting in the box.
But
or
these NFL coaches, they think they know everything.
Yeah,
they're not going to have somebody in their ear.
No.
I mean, they could take any 15, 16-year-old playing Madden and sit them up there, and they'd know game management more than some of these NFL coaches. I mean,
call timeout.
Yeah, call timeout. You have 2 timeouts. Call timeout.
What was it, 40 seconds?
No, it was like 28 or something like that.
Yeah. It was bad.
Inexcusable.
It was bad.
Then I thought the kicker made it, though.
You did?
56-yarder. It was perfect. I was like, yeah.
Oh, that's a terrible feeling. That's a terrible feeling. Get out of here.
Yeah. But hey, what are you going to do? Like I said earlier, you play the teams that are on the schedule, and they're going to 75% chance they're going to play Green Bay.
I got you.
Something crazy happens.
I think we can beat Green Bay.
Yeah.
And I think I understand it's the rematch from the first opening game, but I think with how the Eagles have progressed, how you see they went through some adversity, how they came out of it, injuries, being down.
Yep.
I think they even if it is Green Bay, yes, they're a formidable opponent, but you're going to have to beat tough teams to get to where you need to get to in this playoff.
Yep.
So it's not going to matter.
Yeah.
They
could potentially play an easier opponent in the second game. So that'll be interesting. But can't look past them.
No.
Want to know this week? Well, we'll see
know.
about the Giants game. I mean,
are we is anybody going to watch the Giants? I hear they're wearing.
Watch them. I'll have them on the background.
I feel you.
Tanner McKee's my guy, though. So I've been talking about him forever. I thought he should have been the backup. Kenny Pickett.
You know what? I'm not going to say that. Kenny Two Gloves just doesn't do it at the backup quarterback for me. I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback, but
here's the problem with Kenny Pickett.
Let me hear what's the matter.
He thinks he's more athletic than he is. He did all this stuff at Pitt, that fake slide run.
Fake slide.
I mean,
fake slide.
You're playing against what?
Adult men.
ACC players.
Adult men.
You're not in that league anymore. You're not in the college anymore.
No,
and he keeps trying
grown men.
He thinks he can get outside and
think he can shake left and go right. Nah, they're not gonna fall for that.
No.
And his feet are slow.
Yes.
His feet are slow.
And he doesn't process very fast. And so
don't tell him that on Sunday, because he threw. Don't tell.
Yeah, so he had a decent game.
He had a decent game on Sunday.
Had 1 touchdown passing and 1 rushing.
One rushing.
He had that. What they finally did the tush push with him. That first drive where they
looked
punted,
like he got broken in half.
I think I texted you. I was like, he's done with this play.
Okay.
He's so tired of this play.
He's like, nah, I don't want to run this play no more, coach.
But yeah, sure, he was good against a really rundown Cowboys
defense.
But Tanner's my guy.
All right.
Who knows? Maybe with the 2s and the 3s this week,
we're gonna see.
He won't
Tanner's gonna
play well, but
Tanner's. I mean, what are we getting? The C team this week for the Eagles?
Yeah, I mean, Dotson's gonna play a lot, which he hasn't.
He hasn't done nothing.
Had 5 targets all season.
He hasn't done
one of those things there.
So that's even something that the Commanders gave up. That you're like, yo, why did they knew? That he wasn't going to be anything because they gave him away in the division, and he hasn't produced at all.
You just expect that the Commanders don't know what they're doing, and that was the old regime.
Nah, that was a solid move because he hasn't done nothing.
No.
I think I heard, Merrill Reese say that, yo, why don't they run a play to, him? And they were like, nothing. No screens, no inside plays, nothing.
You thought it was because Jalen didn't trust him, and
no, it's 17 games and you don't trust him. He knows the offense at this point,
right?
So
we'll see if he gets some targets. Will Shipley's going to play a lot.
Shipley should get some looks. He's quick.
Yeah,
Shipley's quick.
Yeah, well,
and they're wearing all black on Sunday. I don't know what that's about.
They wasted all black on a
meaningless game. Usually when you wear the all black, it's for a big game.
Yeah, it's a primetime game or something where we're gonna get a little extra juice out of this.
No, but we don't care about that this week.
I mean,
so
they have 2 really good alternate jerseys, and they what's the rule now? Is it 3? You can wear 3. throughout the year.
Yes.
3 alternate jerseys or 3 games you can wear alternate jerseys.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I wish the NFL would get rid of that rule too. I wish they could do whatever they wanted.
Any color combination? No, you turn into, and I'm not. Seattle does it well. I'll say that. All right.
I wish they could play.
But Seattle literally got the whole like Madden tutorial. Like we're gonna do every combination.
But the Chargers did it too, and they look amazing.
All right.
So you just got to do it right.
You got to do it right.
And you'll separate yourself from the rest when you do it right.
I feel you.
But
I feel you.
Yeah. I wish they would do what they do in European football and any soccer.
Just change the jerseys every single year.
Change the jerseys every year. I'll take that or leave it. But I mean, like, okay, so Chelsea and Liverpool play. Mm-hmm. It's blue and red. They just wear blue and red. They don't wear, one doesn't have to wear a white jersey, and the other one wear their home jersey.
I got you. I know what you mean by that.
If the Eagles and the Vikings are playing, they both can wear their home jerseys because they're not going to ever mistake each other.
I feel you on that. I've always wondered that. How come a team has to wear home white or their team? No, I feel
they did the color rush a few years ago,
that was
and
trash.
That was horrible.
That was 4 thumbs down. No color. No, bring back the color.
I'm not saying you should do the color rush, but you can wear your home jerseys if they don't clash with each other. And if they do, then you wear your alternates just like they do in soccer.
No, I got you.
Like this. This is the alternate Liverpool, the black and the aqua.
Which is it's solid.
Yeah.
It's solid.
And so they wear that when they're playing another red team or even I hate the red and white striped teams like Sunderland. I mean, they're not in the Premier League anymore, but Stoke.
But it looks like the candy
Premier League. Yeah.
It looks no.
But
it looks like the candy cane.
Like when they're striped, then that takes away 2 colors that the opposing team can't wear.
Don't do that.
Oh yeah. So anyway,
back to let's get back on schedule, let's
track.
get off a schedule.
Back on track with the Birds.
How did we get into a team color rant?
Because we were talking about the All Blacks, how they wasted the All Blacks on the.
I love the All Black, but I never, like you said, it's always for like a Monday night game or a big game. So, but we'll see.
Do they have to determine that at the beginning of the season? Do they have to say when they're wearing stuff?
I think so because you notice they do the Kelly Green. They tell you like right before the season starts, yo, we're wearing Kelly Green week blah blah blah. This week. So
that's dumb too.
Yo, take out those rules.
I mean, we don't find out. Like the Eagles tweet it usually Thursday or Friday before the game, so we don't know it until then. So why does the NFL need to know?
Because
I don't know.
They want to control everything.
Of course they do, but I don't
so
get it.
What's next on the table? What's next on the chart? What are you thinking about?
Let's with one more question about the Birds.
Go ahead.
How do you feel about them resting Saquon instead of trying to go for the record?
I don't have a problem with it. And I heard the argument all week that it's soft, it's taken away from sports. Listen, I could see the look on Saquon's face in the interview when they asked him about it. Like, and that's human, Mm-hmm. I mean, he's earned this right to, take advantage of the situation. I think I spoke to you about this. There's 9 running backs that have gone,
over 2,000
yards. So it's a select few, but the bigger goal is the main thing in our Jalenisms. You want to win the Super Bowl. Is it going to guarantee the Eagles a Super Bowl? Hell no, because there's a lot of steps that they got to get through to get to that game in New Orleans. Mm-hmm. But to me, to put Saquon out there in a situation against the Giants, who the Giants are definitely, I'm not saying they're going to be dirty. But the Giants aren't going to be like, yo, you about to run for 100 yards on us. They're not.
Right.
Somebody's going to be like, oh, I see him coming. I'm going for his knee. I'm going for his ankle. Not on purpose.
No,
but
that probably did enter into the conversation.
Come on. I like I said, you can see the look in his demeanor and on his face. Like, yo, I wanted to get a chance to do this. But the main thing is the Super Bowl in New Orleans. And that's how I feel it should be. I definitely heard the argument that, people are like, this is ridiculous. This is 40 years. This record's never been broken. Oh, well. How do you see it? What do you feel about it?
I agree.
Okay. All right.
I wish they would have played him the whole game last. I know he had 31 carries, so that was a lot. And maybe he gets hurt because he's tired last week or something, and that's what they were afraid of.
Yeah,
but
167 yards.
Yeah.
So they could have ran him for 260. Let me stop now.
I
don't want him to do that.
I'm not saying he would have gotten the record
right.
Last week. I'm just saying they would have gotten into a manageable
number,
and then they could have done it in the first half. Maybe. And gotten him out of there. I don't know.
Eric Dickerson is he's cheesing. He's like,
of course he is,
because he was definitely like, yeah.
But on that list, did you notice O.J. Simpson had over 2,000 14 games? But I looked up how many attempts he had, and it's right around where Saquon is now.
Okay.
So they gave him the ball significantly more.
Wow.
During that season.
Okay, in 14 games. That's what, like 35 carries
at least
a game.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And this was in what, 1970 something?
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap. He was definitely living in the ice tub.
Yeah, for sure.
After a night
taking a lot of hits, and who knows what was going on in that head. We'll just leave that there.
Yeah,
all right.
We're gonna move on to the next topic. What's our next topic after we transition out of the Saquon?
Gotta jump onto the Sixers.
Ooh.
So tough loss last night. I mean,
who'd they lose to? The
Kings. Sacramento, who's below 500 this year too.
They fired their coach recently too.
Yeah.
So that's turmoil. That's upside down. It's not even. It's just Christmas. The season just started.
They fired him already. No. Yeah, Podcast P had a decent game last night.
Oh, Podcast P. How many did he drop last night?
30.
All right.
20 in the first half. So
not so decent game.
Not so decent in the second half.
If he had 30 in the first half and fell off in the second half.
Yeah, he only had 10 in the second half. Yeah. And that's where they got outscored by like 15 in the fourth quarter. And
so bad fourth quarter, bad second
meltdown
half.
At the end.
Okay.
But with the injuries and whatever, I guess you're expecting
Is Embiid playing? What's their next?
They play tonight. They play Warriors tonight.
Yeah. So
we'll see what
is
happens
Embiid
there.
playing tonight?
I don't know. I didn't hear.
All right, I didn't see anything. Is Podcast P playing tonight?
I think so. Steph is questionable. I'm not sure if he's playing.
So I feel like they should be able to beat Golden State tonight because Golden State was here and now Golden State's like here. I think Golden State's 16-16 now.
Okay.
Now, granted, they're in the West, so it's better competition. But like, what do you feel?
Yeah. No, they should play well.
Okay.
By the time this comes out, it'll be over, and
we'll find out.
We'll find out.
Podcast P dropped 30,
but he was struggling up until last night when we were comparing him to Tobias. I mean, everybody's comparing him to Tobias Harris, but I mean, at least he's aggressive. That's what I like about him is he'll drive the basket and he'll take the shots he should.
Yes.
He just hasn't been making them.
No.
So I'd rather that than Tobias, who's just like passing the ball off.
If I see another meme about Tobias Harris or Paul George, I'm going to rip my eyeballs out. Stop it, Philadelphia. All right? You do not want Tobias Harris back. Tobias Harris, like Wayne just said.
I'm not saying we want him back.
No, I know you're not saying it. I'm saying that to the person out there that has the stupid meme that's tweeting it out. Like, no, Paul George will shoot the ball.
Yeah.
All right? If he has a couple games where he disappears, all right, we're going to get on him and we're going to rag him. But Tobias wouldn't even shoot.
Right.
Tobias literally would, like 2 games against the Knicks in the playoffs?
0 points.
Yo, come on, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Podcast B going to hit the side of the backboard.
Right.
I'll take that.
I will take that. Absolutely.
At least hit the foundation of the net. I'll take that over not shooting. Gee, you trying?
Right.
Jeez. So
when's McCain coming back? Do we know?
That I do not know. Is that like a meniscus? Is that
I think it was a meniscus.
So the meniscus, I think you can come back in what? Embiid came back from one in what? 90 days? 4 months?
Yeah.
All right. So then
they cut out the piece that's herniated or that's
right.
Yeah. That's
so then that
problem.
means that McCain has a chance to come back then, because it's not his ACL, was it?
No.
All right. If it was ACL, then no. I haven't heard anything about his rehab though. He's just making TikToks with let that dude do what he does, man. If you gonna drop 30 and dance, go ahead, man. Do you? Do you? Not hating at all.
But I think they're 4 games out of 6th place right now.
That's true. That's true.
Hey, I mean, if they can get out of the play-in,
get out of the play-in, because you cannot see Boston. Yeah. You can see Cleveland, And I know people are like, yo, Cleveland's on pace to win 70 games, which I saw, which is kind of crazy.
Seed, yeah.
But Cleveland reminds me of what Atlanta team was that won like a ton of games with Kyle Korver and Al Harrington back in the day.
Jeez,
yeah, you see,
that's going back.
No, but I'm just saying that's what Cleveland reminds me of. That Hawks team, that won a ton of games and got bounced by LeBron in I think like the first or second round.
Was Josh Smith on that team?
Yeah,
okay.
I think Josh Smith was on that team as well. So, I think they can handle or be more competitive with Cleveland than if they see Boston. Granted, Boston is the arch rival. Boston is the team you want to beat, but I don't feel like the Sixers can bang with Boston in a 7-game series. I still feel they can't bang with the Knicks right now, but
hey, we'll take our chances. Whatever. If they can get into the playoffs without the play, like out of the play-in,
then you'll roll the dice, and we'll see where April takes us. All right.
I mean, it's January 2nd, and they're only a couple of games out.
No, so. And I told you the season starts Christmas Day.
Yeah, so we're a weekend.
So.
A week and a day into the season.
So, what do we have next?
I already talked about the college football playoff a little bit. Don't need to rehash any of that.
No.
But you teased this a little earlier about your most valuable hater.
My hater of the week?
Yeah.
I do have a hater of the week, and he's probably smiling from ear to ear right now. It is ED, Eric Dickerson, man. Last week you came out with some statements if, Saquon was supposed to break your record, that you wouldn't be, I don't know, is it rewarding or would he accept it? You'd have to accept it, but you can take I don't know. You can take your take on it, ED, and I don't know. That's kind of haterish.
Is it because of the number of games? Was he talking about that?
Yes, okay. Yes. He referenced the fact that it's going to take you 17 games to break the record versus I did it in 16 or 15 games.
Let's look at the attempts.
All right.
If the attempts are less.
He had, I think, 379 attempts versus where Saquon is right now.
Saquon would get 32 attempts.
So Eric Dickerson is my most valuable hater this week. Yeah. And I know he's smiling ear to ear because, Saquon's putting the ball down and Nick is tapping out on it. But that was a lot haterish this week is what I feel. That wasn't slightly haterish. 40 years, man. Come on. You got a Super Bowl ring from the Rams giving you a Super Bowl ring. And I'm just saying. Like, that's a small bit of haterish.
Yeah,
I
agree.
So,
I'll,
what else is on the table? Do you want to add to that? No. I've done enough.
Everybody looking at the games is ridiculous. I mean, it's a completely different game right now, and they didn't give the running back, or they give the running backs 30 touches, like, I don't know, whenever
15 years ago.
Yeah, 15, 20, 40 years ago.
The running back was guaranteed 25 carries.
Yeah, exactly.
And not throwing it out the backfield touches. He was giving him the ball.
You're
20
getting
times.
out of the I formation. You're getting
single back I formation HB dive. HB dive. All right. That was on the play sheet.
Yep.
So
no, I'm good on that.
Okay.
I want to rant a little bit about the union. Today they hired.
No.
What? We can't rant?
We can definitely talk about the union. Union stank.
Yeah. I canceled my MLS subscription.
Damn.
Yep,
we love football.
Nope. Not doing it. I am not doing it. I'm so disgusted by the fact that they hired a guy that they can leverage these young players that they are producing out of the academy. And, okay, so they hired this guy who is basically, he's going to just press. He's going to play the German press.
Okay.
Where you just run a ton. You're just trying to hope that you can press and win a ball
and break
and
then break in the other direction,
or counter press or something.
The Union don't have that on their
right now. They
right now.
No.
Okay.
I think Kevin Sullivan's going to get a lot of run. I think.
What's the guy, Bedoya? Bedoya looks like he's 70.
He's not going to play that much.
I was going to say
that was
Bedoya. I love you, but you look.
The fact that they re-signed him, I'm like, as a coach. Are they?
Yo, we're not hating on you, Bedoya, but
he gave him a lot of good years, but
what is he,
the last
30,
few haven't been one of them.
Is he 35?
37? I don't know. He's probably
got
mid to late 30s.
He's got mileage.
Yeah.
We love you, but it's time to just, like you said, as a coach.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just so sick of the fact that union ownership treats this like a minor,
a second class,
like a small
soccer city,
market.
Man.
Like,
this is Philadelphia loves football.
We said this in one of the first few episodes of our show. I went to the Liverpool Arsenal match in Philly, and they drew 70,000 fans.
It's packed.
Like, you put a good product on the field, the fans will show
up.
They're
gonna buy it. They're gonna definitely buy it.
They sold out the. Oh gosh, I almost called it PPL Center.
What?
The
Subaru Park.
Subaru Park.
I said PPL.
PPL Center. Jeez. Talon Energy Stadium. Let's go through all the names.
Yo, shut up.
Oh man. Subaru Park. They sold out Subaru Park for like a year straight.
Yeah,
when they were playing
people, like you said, and if you put the product on the field, man, they gonna show up. They show up for sports in this city like no other. This ain't the Midwest.
The owner
they probably show up out there too, but
yeah, though they do because there's nothing else to do.
Exactly.
But the owner he wants to see a profit. They're churning out these academy players like crazy, and then they get a first team. They play for the first team for a year, and then they get shipped out. They get a nice profit on them, and then where's that profit go?
Nowhere.
No idea.
Because the stadium
Jay Sugarman's pockets.
The stadium looks super not a first class stadium.
No. They're trying to make these suites and this other
nobody. I don't want a suite. Like I can pay $5, $10, $15.
I'm hoping that's where the tickets go. Not that I'm going to go see them because I've canceled
we're
everything.
We're going to go see a game.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
If it's $10, I used to go and sit in the front row of the opposite the river end, so where the screen is, and we'd sit in the front row for $15.
Yeah,
it was great.
So that's what I'm saying.
But
yeah, they got to stop giving us the Axel Foley, man, and all. And I know you know what I mean by that. All right. Yes. I don't want the Axel Foley.
Yeah, and the problem I have is like this coach is really the final straw as far as they're bringing him in because he's going to be able to put a system in that the young kids can play, and they don't have to pay the young kids as much. They can have a smaller payroll, and
it's like he's playing Moneyball.
Oh, he's absolutely playing Moneyball in Philadelphia.
That's
top 5 sports market in the country.
Nah, then we got it.
You can't get away with that.
We got to get him out of here, then, man. We got to do something about that.
That's the thing. I think he's looking for a number. I think he's like, as soon as this franchise is worth $1 billion, I'm going to sell, and who knows when that would happen.
I feel you.
They're all worth in the 200s right now.
Yeah.
Miami's probably worth in 500 because of Messi.
How much more Messi is left in Miami though?
I don't know. 2
years?
Yeah.
If that, because Messi's 37.
Yeah, 37, 38.
All right, so Messi's running on not fumes, but he's at the end.
Yeah.
So, but
and
Union,
I'm not asking for a Messi type either. I just a little bit of investment. We see nothing. We see no investment whatsoever.
And I feel like them losing that championship game really was the moment that they missed. Because you see from that moment that tied in, they had the lead, lost the lead in like a minute to go. No. And since that moment, Wayne, it's been right off the cliff.
They kept trying to run it back. They ran it back twice in a row.
They're doing the Phillies.
Yes.
They're another team that I'm not going to talk. It's still winter.
I actually got spring training tickets.
Why? You're
going
to watch on spring training? You're not watching the regular season, are you?
Well, I don't know, but I'm going to be in Clearwater.
Oh, all right.
I'm going to be in Clearwater in
time.
March, so I was like, yeah, I'll get some tickets.
Nah, that's a good time.
So, yeah, I'm not going to be there for the regular season, but I'll be there in the Florida sun.
October?
Red October, jeez, no.
Throw that phrase in the garbage.
Yeah, throw that song in the garbage, throw that phrase in the garbage.
Yeah, we got to stop hating. It's a good new year. It's a happy
good new year. 2025. Great year.
Anything we want to leave the guests with this evening any more rants?
I got another conundrum.
All right, let me listen.
One of my wife's friends is turning 40.
All right.
Her husband calls us up and invites us to her party. It's happening Saturday the 11th.
That's when the Eagles play.
That's when the Eagles could play. Playoff games are 4 and 8:30.
Yeah. The party's at 5.
It's like 6 or 7 or something.
Come on, man.
He's a big Eagles fan, and I'm sure there's probably like 10 plus attendees that are probably big Eagles fans.
10 other husbands like, what?
And so as soon as he invited us, I said to my wife, yeah, as long as the Eagles don't play, then I'll be canceling. She's like, no, you won't. So, yeah.
Break out the tablet. Break out the tablet.
Roger Goodell, please.
Break out the tablet.
Yeah, well, that's what's going to happen.
Okay, I was going to say, the tablet's coming and it's on.
Please put the game on Sunday.
Or I'm going to the bar wherever we are.
I don't even know where we're going.
Okay.
No idea.
All right.
But, yeah, I think there's probably be a lot of guys that are going to be, like, huddled around a phone.
I was going to say, the tablet's coming.
Oh, gosh, it's so awful.
I've run into that scenario, and I'm going to keep my lips sealed. Because I've just showed up with the tablet. Like, yep, I'm here. I'm present.
It's not my friend, so I'd be fine with doing that. If it was my friend, well, I'd be giving my friend crap for it. But, yeah, it's...
Don't plan events around... You know what? It's going to be all right. Because we got technology now, man. It's going to be all right. You got all the technology now. Somebody there might pull up with one of those projector things. And put it on the freaking wall.
I should bring mine.
All
I'm
right.
gonna bring my own projector.
I just gave
party.
Wayne a solution.
Yes.
All right. We're gonna have a great time.
Bring my backpack in. Like, what do you have? A projector.
Oh, don't worry about it. It's about to be on and popping. It's about to be on.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
No.
So that's definitely not getting canceled.
No.
I was gonna try to just let my wife go by herself. She's like, that's not happening.
I'm gonna be quiet.
That's not happening. But yeah, we're gonna be in Vegas all week though. I'm going to Vegas for CES.
Nice.
Big consumer electronics show. All the new technology, AI, all that stuff.
Bring me back something. Bring me like one of them AI robots. No, I don't want
just
one
bring
of
a
those.
keychain or something. I'll bring you one of. You want one of Elon's robots?
No, because I feel like in my lifetime, which we discussed, what I have left, I'm going to have a robot. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they're incorporating the technology in all of the stuff that we use. You know, my wife is talking about the whole, like, we should do the smart house. I don't want a smart house. All right?
Yeah, so every time you come in my house, you're like, they're all listening to me.
Everything's
they're all
smart
listening.
in the house. I don't want everything smart in the house. All right? I want to hit.
Yes.
That's what I want. I
want
want the microwave that I got to turn and it dings.
Oh, man. Yes.
Let me stop.
Yes. Let's just go analog for everything.
Yo, right?
Let's go back. Go back in time.
Nah, they can't do that.
But yeah, I'm taking my wife. I'm going for work, and then I, offered to take my wife to Vegas. So we're gonna be in Vegas all week.
That's gonna be a blast.
Unfortunately, we're gonna miss next week's show, but we'll come back strong following.
We're gonna have some quality content.
Yeah.
Hopefully after a Birds W.
Yes. Yeah, we'll put out some previews before the weekend. I'm sure.
I'll put my silly face out. Wayne will put his silly face out. We'll have some more content for you.
Make sure you subscribe,
drop a like,
comment.
leave a comment. Tell me if you hate the sweatshirt. Tell me if you think Wayne.
You hate Mo Salah.
If you hate his ears. I don't hate his ears.
I had nice ears.
Yo,
man.
Happy New Year.
No one's ever talked about my ears before. What the heck? I'm self-conscious about my ears.
Yo, Happy New Year. Go Birds.
Go Birds.